in Mecca, the confusion got created by men standing there, interfering with people's spirits. And by the time a person gets over there, they make up their mind that they're going to move at that pace. And when they're on high, these guys were officials corralling people is what really causes the problem. Sometimes when you let people just flow, they flow. They're not here for nothing but peace. And if you interrupt that, you throw up their vibe, their flow, and then the energy starts to tumble. I'm telling you, if that brother was not standing there with that red cap on, it would still flow. If he wants to stand there, it makes him feel like he's doing something fine. But if he wasn't there, people would still stop, take their time, and flow. You'll never see it where people are pushing and shoving each other. Never. It won't happen. They desecrated Mecca. It lost its purpose, and and I used to say we got to bring it back to its purpose. If we can't bring it back to its purpose, then what did Muhammad do it for? For humans like us to come and mess it up? For mortal men to come in and trip imams and sheikhs and molanas to change things and make themselves feel important? No, Islam is simple. Islam is peace. That's all it is. It's peace. How can you be? And I used to argue all the time. Islam means peace. They say Islam means submit. No, Islam means peace. Islam means submit. Islam means peace. Because if you submit to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you in peace. Can you miss that? How can you miss that? You know, they want to wrestle with doctrines and dogmas. What's the root of it all? Peace. And how do you get to peace? By caring. I told people before, I'm afraid of the word love. Everybody say love each other. Well, love could be lust too. Because the media has worked the word love so much until we got to throw that word almost away and start and use the word care. If you start to really care, care becomes a thing. And people use care more, then the desecrated word love will disappear and caring will become real. Learn to care. It's simple. You know, it's not about care about who or care about what. Just care and everything will start happening. And if everybody just cares, you know what I'm saying? Then the heavens care. And then Mother Nature will care again. Then the tornadoes and the hurricanes and the floods will stop because she'll know that we care. Until that time, until we can get that, we're going to have more floods, more diseases. They said 1,000 children catch AIDS a day. We're going to have all kinds of things until the aura, the energy, the persona of care, that people are starting to care. When you see somebody in stress, help them. But don't help them just because I said so. Learn to help them because you care. You understand? Really want to help a person. Don't just be pushing people aside. You know, reach out. And when everybody, we all do, you know what's going to happen? We're going to bump into each other. I'm going to be trying to help you, you be trying to help me. You know what I mean? I'll be trying to help you, you be trying to help you too. Let's go help somebody together. All that, everything else, all religions, all faiths, all belief systems, they don't mean a thing if the root of it is not simple concern. Simple concern. Like I said, I've been to Mecca and pushing and shoving, and while I was there, I was saying, it's real. You know, I traveled, to Mecca for my whole purpose, for my head, was to align my soul with the Kaaba, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was all, zealous, and people are shoving. I'm going to tell you, I was sitting outside the Haram in a restaurant with some brothers talking, and a cat was there. And the cat I was ordering fish, and the cat wanted to eat the fish. And one of the guys who owned the store, outside Bayt Haram, less than 20 kilometers. Right outside, a guy's hitting the cat with a stick to make him stop eating the fish. I said, excuse me, I paid for the fish. The fish is mine. I can give the cat the fish if I want. I can give him all of my fish if I want because he's mine. But he's a pester. He comes in and pesters the customers. I say, you somebody here in Mecca, in the city of Allah, Bayt Haram, this cat that Allah created, the cat that Rasulullah told us the mystery of, he's bad and you're good. You got the stick. I said, something's wrong. That day on my soul, I stopped going to Mecca. Something's wrong. Not because of this one man, because the state that he's creating could not be the state that it was when Nabi Ibrahim erected it. you know, as a navel of the earth, for people from all over the world, all races to come there in peace. People travel, labaik Allahumma labaik, coming to Allah, open-hearted, loving Allah, only to meet men with opinions. I'm Shia, I'm Sunni, I'm Ahmadi, I'm Ansari, I'm this, I'm that. I don't want to know you. I want to know Allah. I don't know about you and your opinion and what you think. I want to know Allah. I want to know, make a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't want to know you. I don't want to know your philosophy. I don't want to know your opinion. I don't want to know your sharia. I don't want to know anything about you. All I want to know is Allahu Wahid. And if I can do that, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need more. Maybe you need a uniform and a hat and a button and a badge. Maybe you need all that stuff. But wallahi, I don't need it. They got mad at me. You had your own brand of Islam. I said, what do you mean brand of Islam? Islam means peace. How can you have a brand of peace? That's the problem. My brand, your brand, his brand. That's why we're fighting each other. If the people in Palestine, they say, what do you worship? And they say, well, Yahweh, Adonai, in Hebrew, Ivrit. Strip away the word Adonai, strip away the word Yahweh. What do you worship? Strip away the name. The creator, the source. Okay, let's go. Now let's go from Jerusalem, from the Wailing Wall to Mecca and say, what do you worship? Allah, Al-Khaliq, Al-Ali, Al-Alim. Okay, strip away the name. What is he? The Most High. Now let's go to Christianity. What do you worship? Jesus. No. Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the light. No one gets to the Father but by me. Let's go to the Father. Who was his Father? The Most High. So where's the conflict? The conflict is in men. Mortal men who want a monopoly on human souls. And our greatest enemy is dogma. It's doctrine, it's philosophy, it's interpretation, it's tafsir. This is our biggest problem when men come in and feel they got to tell you how to relate to God. That's the problem. And he gets a uniform, and he's a clergy, and he's full of color, and he looks good, and he sounds good, and I like that old man. He got a white beard, he got the God look, and I forget God for him. And he gets so used to being a reverend, and so used to being an imam, or so used to be a kohen or a rabbi, he gets this God complex. And eventually, guess what? Whenever I'm in distress, I go to him. Say, yeah, Sheikh, I have a problem. Instead of me going to Allah, I go to the reverend. Excuse me, reverend, I'm having a problem at home. Or rabbi, I'm having a problem. What happened? Men stepped in, and they started cutting off the flow between you and the Most High. And they make themselves a focal point through you. I told people, I don't have no followers. Oh, y'all are followers of this guy, Dr. I don't have no followers. I don't want nobody walking behind me. You walk alongside of me in this world. Don't tell nobody I follow you. Don't follow me. I follow you. I'm here serving you. You ain't serving me. I'm doing my best to teach you, so I'm really your slave. You're not my slave. I'm just trying to pass on what they're giving me to give you. They said, get it back in place. I'm trying to do. That's all. This ritual used to take place in ancient Mitzrayim or Kemet, whatever name you want to use, thousands of years ago. You go all up in Europe and you'll find inside the cathedrals, labyrinth, where the priests, not the laymen, the priests, when everybody left the cathedrals, their priests go around in a labyrinth. You go to China, you'll see the same thing, labyrinth. When did they pull the labyrinth out of our way of life? You know why? Because everybody there right now is on their own personal journey. There's no preacher up front telling them what to feel. No rabbi directing their emotions. When you get over under that sprinkle, and that sprinkle of water touches you, then it's just you and the Most High. And you know it. And you feel it when you're out there. There's nobody else. You don't need no reverends. You don't need no rabbis. You don't need none of those things. You have a direct contact, a direct link to the Most High. And if you let men cut it off, it's your fault. You are a part of it all. You're not just in the all, you are in all. The definite article is to define the first step or the doorway way into all. So you start by saying, I am in the all. And as you elevate, you realize the got to go. I'm not in the all. I'm in all. All is in me. You're not just a part of the all. You start off a part of the all as you begin to acknowledge the all. But once you get a full understanding of the all, you no longer are a part of the all. You are the all. And that's why that hum on that tone is there. It's supposed to be the vibrations of creation. In ancient times they say Om. Same tone, Om. In Arabic we say Hunna. The way we would recite the Quran in Tajweed is Hunna. If you say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط. You hear that? Say that. Now different people start at different times because it's personal. You hear it? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alayhim ghayril maghdubi 'alayhim what? Let the whole world sing. Let the whole world feel vibration, life. When a baby comes into the world, the first thing they do is say, ah. And the chaos and the anger that we've created in the world makes them cry out. You follow? Realign yourself. Realign yourself. There's no more beautiful thing you can do than to realign yourself with the source that cares. You know what I'm saying? And when someone is angry at you, don't be provoked to respond. Don't be provoked to do anything that your soul doesn't dictate you. Don't be guided. Don't be led. Guide and lead. You know, reach out and make yourself a part of the solution, not the problem. Because with each abstraction or interruption, the problem gets worse. You know? And then and everybody here who has a child, when you pick up your child, that feeling that you feel is how you should feel when you touch everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody you come in contact with should be that same love. I should care. And I can feel if I care. If you're weak, if you're ill, I'll feel it. And I should want to share my strength from every bit. The way I go in my pocket and give you to help feed you. If I'm healthy, when I embrace you, I should send my health to you also. Not just gather in a building and pretend we care. Sit around and everybody use the same name for God. It means religion. Don't mean a thing. It don't mean it until you realign yourself. The universe, the sky, with the air, when birds see you and they're familiar because they feel your presence and they're not afraid of you. Animals are not afraid of you when you feel, they feel you. You have no fear. When they see that animalistic nature in you, they're afraid of you. Plants will grow. Plants in your yard, they wouldn't grow. When your house is changed to a peaceful place, you'll see plants, flowers growing. Mother Nature will give you signs that she knows that you're trying to reach her. And you may stumble along the way, because babies do fall. You may get weak and fall off the path. That happens. But if you got a focal point, if you got a purpose, if you set up goals, I don't mean vague, I mean vivid, clear. I got to do something. I got to be a part of the solution. That's all talk, a bunch of kids on drugs. That's not being a part of it. I got to tell them why they don't need it. Not go tell them, get off that drug, you old bum. I got to create an atmosphere for them where they feel good. I'm telling you, when you people look around here, what I see here is people that if I saw on the street, I might have been nervous if I approached them. I might have felt uncomfortable, but I don't. I got everything here. You got everything here from old people to young people, hip-hoppers, right on down to R&B'ers. Nobody's having no problem. Don't tell me don't tell me there can't be peace. There can be peace. Enough people got to do is want it. Don't desire it. Want it. If you want it, you'll go after it. If you desire it, you'll look for someone to bring it to you. Get up and go after it. Just look around. Look at all the different people, all the different faces. This is something that is going to go on forever. When you leave and go wherever you're going, I'm going to be doing this next week. I'm going to be coming down and doing it again. If I leave and go somewhere, when I fly back in or drive back in, my first stop is going to be there again. To keep on sending that energy of love out into the world and care. Keep sending it out. Keep sending it out. But look at them. Just look at that. You know? I mean, what could beat that? You know what I'm saying? How many people here made their Maharaj? How do you feel?
Good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Peace.
Peace. Personal.
Beautiful.
And it's a personal beauty. That all you can do is tell somebody, I can't, I was trying to explain to my wife, I said, I can't, because I snuck over without her, you see. I just came over here to peek the other day, I didn't mean to go in, and I was peeking, watching the people, and I was like, what am I doing over on this side of this situation? I zoomed on y'all to see me sneak away home and come back. Last night, I said, I gotta do this. On the map that the shamans made many moons ago. This is the hour pointing right to this spot. And it says in that prophecy, look for an old chipped white perm in America. You know, if I say it, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna show you, and that's why. That's right. You know that. A copy of the map was old. Trying to clear a copy of the map, so you can get it printed and send it out to you. You can see that 5 vortexes is going. 5 vortexes are going to open in 5 spots in America to be safe. This is one. I told y'all that this is going to be a time for children, and a lot of children are coming home. Now it's time for parents. Everybody, your family was a small free. It goes into their minds and into their hearts. We ain't got no limit on the kind of music, as you can see, as long as it's healthy and clean. You follow? These are things that we got to get established here next. This is our land. We got a whole lot of land here, and we're going. But the moment we finish getting this piece occupied, we're going to have much, much more. I can't tell you everything I'm doing, because, you know, where there's good, there's always somebody looking to start trouble. That's all good. Because you got to have the devil around also. The devil got to do his thing. So that's why a couple of people tripped, a couple of people fell, and you monitor that, okay, he did that. Don't do that again. He did this. Don't fool yourself. We got some bigger plans, some things working internationally. And what we're going to do with land is ours that was taken. We were kidnapped. The land was just taken. The land was beat up. The trees were burnt down to make all sorts of things that don't belong here. So we can't walk around barefooted on Mother Nature. But, we got to work again towards having that type of earthly harmony. Earthly harmony, not black harmony. I mean, not Nubian harmony. Earthly harmony as a family of human beings who want to live in peace.
Right.
I'm not saying the government is all bad, and I know for sure if we set up our own government, somewhere along the line it's also going to go bad, because you can't control corruption. Corruption finds its way in. Always. Scandals find their way in. Slander finds its way in. It's having so much good and love amongst us that it dominates. Oh, yeah. Could bring that forth. I don't have nothing personally against Farrakhan. He's a nice boy, but we don't need his philosophy. We don't need this racist bull crap anymore. We don't need all that. Non-reaper is a statement. It ain't got nothing to do with you running around, I'm non-reaper, he's sick. Get all that. That's the devil. I'll tell you that in the Black Devil book. No one wins the race. No one. And we can alter that. Be yourself and you ain't got nothing to be worried about. Stop trying to be other than self, you wouldn't have no problem. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be somebody you can't be is why you're mad at them. If you let things be the way they're supposed to be, trees will grow, flowers will grow, and everything will be happy. Stop killing and eating animals. You know what I'm saying? Stop cutting up the trees. Plant some trees. Plant some flowers. And if you live in the city where it's bricks and you can't do it, get the hell out of there. I want to see people, I want to see families roaming all over this place. I don't mean we don't want to turn it into no ghetto now. I don't think we want to break everything up there. You know there are some destructive people. It's up to everybody to police our society. Everybody to police the children. Everybody's responsible for what's going into their heads. I don't want to be restricted. Wu-nuwaupu is good. I want the children to learn Wu-nuwaupu. I also want them to learn French. I want them to learn Spanish. I want them to learn English. Even German if we have to. We want to reach out to everybody in the world and we can set up a model community of peace. A model community of cooperation. We learn to buy from each other and sell to others. That's the way the system is set up. Those who ain't selling nothing is buying everything. So we got to learn to produce things that are us. Egypt is us. So we should corner the Egyptian market. We cannot corner kosher delis. You can't corner because it ain't us. We could try. We could open a kosher deli, but the Jews ain't gonna walk in there. But that don't mean. But that don't mean you don't go in there. Go in there and get you a knish. If you like knish. But we have to have a market. As a nation, you got to have a product, a produce. You got to have something that other people in the world respect and want. And you can't go in and fabricate something because it won't work for so long. It has to have some indigenous root in it. And all of us have roots in Egypt. All of us have roots in Samaria, even pre-Egypt. We have roots in this land here. And from Africa, people walked everywhere. They didn't just walk across to America. They walked up into Africa, up into Europe, and became Neanderthals. They walked all out to the west eastward and became Peking. And from Uganda, they walked over here and became Almacs. They went down southern parts of Alba and became the Bush people. We walked in every direction from one family, from one group of beings that were tapped into by supreme beings. Whether you want to call it God, Yahweh, Elohim, Allah, whatever name makes you feel good, that's not important. But we do know as Homo erectus, some beings stepped in and implanted a gene that made Homo sapiens that took us all the way this far. But way down the root of our gene was still that animal nature. And as time went on, that gene started tumbling. If you watch closely, people are transforming back into animals. Killing each other for nothing. They got mothers sticking their babies in garbage cans. Many animals in the animal kingdom desert their children and let them fend for self. That's not supposed to be in a godly nature. We have an animal nature and we have a godly nature. They work together, but the godly nature must rule the animal nature. The principles of love must rule the principles of hate and dislike. The problem with that is that the word love, the devil has even set out to mess up the word love. So let's start caring first. Let's use caring first. Become concerned about people around you. I mean the stranger. Speak to the stranger politely. Good morning. When you see somebody in stress, help them. Because you might be the person in stress that will be helping himself. If you see somebody down, pick them up. If you standing there with money in your pocket, someone's talking about their bills, somebody's thinking about new sneakers. Say, here, let me help you pay them bills. Make that person strong. Just because you got right knowledge, it doesn't mean every time you meet somebody who belongs to the Christian faith, you got to badger them just to prove how great you are. That doesn't make you look good, it makes you look bad. You got to wean them the way a mother weans her baby with care. And give them health and vitality and strength and comfort and assurance. They got to feel comfortable when they're talking to you, because you are the sons and daughters of God, and they've been longing for you. They've been waiting for this. You can't come off like this, make yourself look good. That's not how we're supposed to do it. You're supposed to walk with them and talk with them. As they say, Enoch walked and talked with God. Well, you're that God that Enoch walked and talked with. And don't feel intimidated by monotheism, because many people could only afford one pair of shoes. And some people could only have enough worship for one God. Others can extend further than that. They can thank the God of love, the God of nature, the God of air, the God of the sun. But I tell everybody that belongs to any religion on this planet, if you don't acknowledge that S-U-N, I don't care what you worship, you won't be here. You don't acknowledge that water. There wasn't no water on this planet. I don't care again what you worship. I'd like to see the Pope do this without the holy water. I want to see them light the candles without the fire. Yeah? And ashes to ashes and dust to dust is earth. Without nature and without all the things that nature provides for us, we would not make it a week. Yet somewhere along the line we've gotten deceived into worshiping nothing. And we wonder why we're in such a bad state. We wonder why humanity is doing so bad. Well, you turn away from your mother and father, which is the sun and the moon, and the earth and the sky, and it says, honor thy mother and father, that on this. Don't forget that part. They're not covering there, they're only covering here. If you want to have a better health, then you got to start caring about what you put in your body. And where do you go to? Mother Nature. To find the thing, to find out your chemistry and what it needs. And where do you go? To Mother Nature. And if you want to go run into a doctor's office, go ahead. Remember, there's no word cure in the word doctor. When they put a Band-Aid on, they doctor you up. The cure takes place with the hemoglobin knitting back the skin beneath the Band-Aid. So regardless of how sophisticated they look to you, nature, again, if nature don't weave that wound back together and create that scab, I don't care what mercurochrome, all of that is to sedate it. Aspirins don't take away the headache, they cover the headache. You know what I'm saying? You got to get back to nature. Get back to reality. You got to communicate with the trees. I don't mean stand up in the middle of the Central Park talking to the trees. But I have to say that. I want to talk to a tree. And then when they put them in the insane asylum, they're going to say, Malachi, I'm supposed to go talk to trees. I ain't saying talk to trees. I'm saying acknowledge the tree. If you see a tree that's suffering and dying, you can call a nursery. The same way you did if you saw a human being laying on the street sick, how you can call for help. Well, you can call a nursery and they'll come out and say, there's a tree in my neighborhood that's dying. You realize there's a society that comes out of people who really care about trees? Did you know that? Yeah. Look it up. Call them and tell them the tree out here is suffering. If there was no more trees, there's no more breathing. So if you can't breathe and you can't drink water and you can't walk on the earth and the sun don't grow the fruit and the vegetables that you need, I don't care whether it's Allah, Yahweh, Elohim, Jehovah, Hios, Dor, I don't care whether it's Gut, God, Mawa, Shango, or Batala. I don't care whether it's Isis, Osiris. I don't care what name or what group or what uniform you like wearing or what ritual you like dancing, whatever you want to do, Akbarin or whatever. Without water, without the earth, and without a very, very important element, the most important element, without each other as a whole of humanity, nothing else is important. Nothing else. Everybody talks about the fear of the 666 and the New World Order and all that. Fear not. You have no reason to fear if you are in control of your emotions. No witch doctor, no voodoo maker can do a daggone thing to you if you are in control of your emotions. And motion is nothing but energy. Emotion coming off of you. And that energy that's coming off of you should be a very simple thing. Care. Learn to care for everybody. You say you're God, you say you're in the image and after the likeness of God, then take on that image. God is caring. And when you see God doing something, like you may say, why is all these people dying in these floods? And why is all this? That's called balancement. Sometimes human beings go put houses in places that interfere with the magnetic grid of the planet Earth. You follow? And they might line up these beautiful, luxurious houses where God has a flow of His energy, as you call it, coming through. And your house has got to go. And most of the time, the Most High, Allah, Yahweh, whatever, will give you a warning. There's always warning. There's a little storm before the rain. There's a crackle of lightning before the rain. He's saying, get out the way. He's saying danger to you. If you're stupid enough, and I've seen it on television, people trying to outrace a tornado. Oh yeah. Anytime you go up on a cliff and decide to bungee jump, that's sacrilegious. You're going against the natural order of things. You have not been created to put an elastic on your ankle and jump over the cliff for the thrill of it. Now, Murphy says, eventually, it's gonna pop. And I have seen that on TV. You don't belong in vehicles on racetracks traveling at speeds that exceed 150 or 160. You were not created for that thrill. And eventually, you will have a crash. And I know you have all seen. You've got to learn. That don't mean don't have fun. There's a such thing as constructive and healthy fun. Have a good time. I wish this could go on forever. I know, because if it did, every time cars are going by, we're hearing people are pulling up to the gate and they're saying, can I come in? And if someone said, well, you need a identification. I said, no, they don't. Let them come on in. That's what's called fishing of men. People are seeing happiness and joy. They're seeing people getting there. I don't see no smoke going up in here. I don't see no cigarettes lit. I don't see nobody committing suicide. I don't see nobody walking around staggering drunk. I don't see any crack use or heroin use. I don't even hear vulgarity. I know we get mad and say, damn. But you know what I'm talking about. I don't hear outright blatant vulgarity. Them young people up there with the black on, those are the college kids. Beneath them is the high school. Beneath them are the junior high school. If you look at that, we got a future. That's right. do, I'm asking you to do better than that. Because anything that you've accomplished was not hard enough for you. Anything that you succeeded was not a tough enough challenge to you. Go for something even harder. Every time you have one person, reach out for two more. Let it multiply from you into others. For years they had us figured out. Or at least they thought they had us figured out. They thought they knew who we were and what we were here for and what we were doing. They didn't even have a clue. They had no inclination of what time it is. Everybody's wearing a watch and they don't know what time it is. They don't know that I said I'd come and I came. I may not look the way you wanted me to look. I may not act the way you want me to act. I may not do the things you want me to do. But I'm here to solve the most important problem. Mystery. The mystery of God. For anybody to challenge who thinks they have an under or over view of God. That means we have to go out and untangle the riddle of the Sphinx and make it simple. We have to untangle the mystery of the Trinity and the secrets or the seer of the attributes of Allah and His 100th name. All of the things that the deceivers create to maintain a mystery and a law of belief over fact. Because I'm telling you that deep down in the core of the apple is the fact of God, not at the skin. Not at what we see at the base of the apple, but the essence of the apple is deep down in the core. And you got to cut through the skin into the pulp to get down to the core. And that's the same way you're supposed to deal with truth. And the knife that you use is question. When someone's talking, I don't care how beautiful the apple looks, I don't care how impressive they appear to be, you got to go to the core of what they're saying. If they have any fear of you questioning them, you know they don't know what they're talking about. It's not so much you that's important. You know what's important? The little you. That little girl there. That little boy over there. That's what's important. That we also create a better example for the children coming through us. I see a lot of men and women here holding these babies, and they should be holding themselves. And they should be thinking about all the things that they did wrong. I remember when I was an Ansar, I remember the feeling of racist. Because I was a racist. I remembered it. It was very, very easy to point the finger at someone else and just judge the whole race because of my own insecurity. That's all it was, you know. But see, while you're sitting here and you're looking at pyramids and you're looking at yourself manifesting, you don't have no room to hate nobody. You know what that means? It means that what you were teaching or being taught was not the truth, or not the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If you are a Muslim and you're going out blowing up buildings, or a Jew and you're shooting up Palestinians, or a Christian and you're killing a Catholic and you're killing the Irish, and something is wrong. Because a content individual does not need the distraction. They don't need the excitement. They don't need the stimulation of control. People will come to you. Every bee will come if the sweet of the honey is there. Don't tell me I can't reach my parents. You're not coming sincere. Your your highlight, we call it, your presence. They'll feel that you mean well by them.
Right.
I've met many people in my life who hated me. And when I left them, we were lovers. We loved each other. I met people, Sunnis, who were blinded with a motive to kill me before they heard it because their sheikh or their imam needs me stopped because I'm stopping something that they can't prove. Because if they could prove what they're teaching, I'd be a joke. Because if Pee Wee Herman got up on that stage and tried to teach us the philosophy of Pee Wee Herman versus right knowledge, we would laugh. It would be a joke. Nobody in here would say, let's go out and kill Pee Wee Herman. There'd be no reason to kill Pee Wee Herman because it would be a joke. The reason why you people have so much problems with people out there in religion wanting to hurt you is because when a person is mentally defeated, they're left with no recourse but to react physically. And right knowledge is out there sweeping them up. And all they're doing is getting madder and madder and madder. But it's the clergy that's angry. Because they're going to have to give up them Cadillacs. They're going to have to give up all them servants surrounding them. Let me tell you, I stay on Islam so much because of my birth. If Islam was so right, the Sheikh wouldn't be in jail. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted him to do that, he would not be in jail. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted him to blow up the World Trade or the Empire State Building or the United Nations Building, the people who did it wouldn't have got caught and wouldn't have went to jail. And by the way, if he wanted those things not there, he controls tornadoes. He controls earthquakes, storms. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not want America to exist, hello, America wouldn't exist. You can't keep calling America the big shaitan, the big shaitan. If Allah wanted to get rid of it, Allah would say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Kun fayakun and kaput. There's be no more. When an organization or a religion starts to die because it's not supplying the people with the proper nourishment, they have to come up with some type of sensationalism. And they try to stir the fanatics amongst themselves. It's a con. Islam is on a decline after boasting for 1400 years to be the fastest growing religion in the world. An answer to man's problem. And as it starts to decline, they've got to keep a focus on themselves, so they create all of these terrorist acts. Christianity did the same thing years ago. Judaism did the same thing. Each of those that have truth in them serve the purpose for the time. But anything that is not changing is dead. The only absolute is change. Things must keep changing. So they ask me, why you always change your name? Why you always changing your way of life? Why you change this? Why you change that? Because I'm al-hayy. Because I'm the living. I'm alive. I want to know why and how can you stay in a 2,000-year-old or 1,400-year-old religion without change? How can you do the same thing every day, day in and day out? And then you want to know why they're arguing, why they're angry, and why they want to go blow up things. People are backed up. They can't express themselves. You're telling people not to breathe. You're telling people what to eat, telling people what to wear, how to wear their hair, who to walk with, who to love. You're all in people's bedroom. It's a homosexual. That ain't your business, bro. That is not your business. If you think that God is in control and that homosexual and that homosexual has a love affair, let God take care of it. Who the hell are you? You know, if you drove into what they call homosexual deep enough, you know how many species of animals are homosexual? Do you ever know? If you're heterosexual, guess what? You're heterosexual. If he or she is homosexual, guess what? He or she is homosexual. If they respect you, you respect them. And I'm telling you, you do not, listen again, you do not see the television or the radios laced with homosexuals committing all the crimes on this planet. It's mostly us heterosexuals that are out doing all the devilishment. But every waking moment we have something to say against the homosexual. They don't point out on television like they should. Every time a crime is committed, they should say, well, two Christians just shot each other up. One was holding up the 700, what do they call that thing? Not the 700 Club, the 7-Eleven. I don't go there and buy stuff. I can't remember stuff like that. One guy with a gun is on the other side with a mask on, and he's sticking up to people in the store. The camera's catching both of them. They can say, these are two Christians. These are two Christians. These are two Christians. The way, if a Muslim does something in the country, right away, Muslim. Why couldn't it be a person? Why do you have to point out he's a Muslim killing somebody? Why couldn't you just say a person? Some crazy guys from Egypt decided, you see what I'm saying? To blow up the World Trade Center. That's simple, because that's what you do on television. You say, what's the guy? Jeffrey Dahmer. What's his religion? Don't say Christianity if you don't know. What was his religion? Why they say Jeffrey Dahmer, the Anglican, or the Protestant, or the Jehovah's Witness decided to make a meal out of human beings? You see what I'm saying? And because that's not being done, because there's not a fair game, the cards are being shuffled wrong, then you come as the children of the Most High to right that wrong. But you're going to do it mostly, if you do what I ask you to do, you're going to do it mostly in example. You're going to try to be the best person you could be. You're going to try to reach out and help all people, anybody you can. So people remember that was a wu-nuwaupu. A person who stopped their car on the road, and this could cost you your life. You understand? When you see a beggar on the street with a sign, don't drive by and call him names. Become the person you wish if you was the beggar. Then might don't decide when you walk up and give him $1 what he's going to do with it. I know if I give him the money, that's an excuse to be cheap. Or if I give him the money, he's going to go drink. Then if you really feel that bad about him, then put him in the car and take him to a restaurant and sit there and feed him. Don't leave him out there starving because you don't know if he's sincere. Until you get that knowledge back into you to know you're human and know humankind and know human beings, don't judge. You understand? Don't judge. I'm asking y'all, when we launch out from here this year and we touch out to the world, that our key word this year is care. Pump it every place you go. Care. Tell people to learn to care. That's all. Just care. And we'll make a difference.